Hi there and welcome to the Hockey Inside Out Show. We're happy to be back after a holiday break and want to wish you all a happy new year out there. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette and I'm joined by my regular partners here, former Canadiens teammates and 1986 Stanley Cup champs, Chris Nilan and Rick Green. Well, since the last time we taped the show, guys, the Canadiens have a 9-2-1 record after beating Utah 5-3 Tuesday night. Knuckles, what's the biggest reason for this remarkable turnaround?
Well, a couple things, I believe, and one of probably the biggest is their defensive play. We've been talking about it all year. Every time we talk about how they play in their own end. The high-risk hockey they were playing, taking, pinching in situations where they don't have coverage, giving up 2-on-1s, giving up breakaways, giving up glorious scoring chances. I've been really watching them down low in their own end, and boy, now it's man on man, no matter what. You mock a guy, you stay with him. If you watch how tight they've been playing in their own end, and it's made a big difference. It's also made a big difference in the offensive zone when they don't play that high risk hockey. They pinch on wraps and they're pinching on short side pinches, but only when there's coverage. They've been really disciplined in that area, and they've seemed to come together. Kirby Dach is playing better. Dobes comes in and backs up. We look at Caden Primo when he was here. I think, honestly, times when he went in the net, I think this team played scared shit. Mm-hmm. Like, things are going to go bad quick. So I think that helps. And you look at the fourth line, and it's a shame we lost Heineman, but that kid was having an incredible season. He brought something to this team they needed badly. Those guys, like a Joel Armia, who's playing lights out right now. I love this guy, but, they've come together as a group, and it's fun to watch. I love watching them win hockey games. Beginning of the season, I was watching games expecting them to lose. Now I'm watching expecting them to win, which is a big difference.
Yeah. What have you enjoyed most about watching them recently, Rick?
Their commitment to play defense and, their willingness to get involved in the battle. I mean, I've never seen a group turn around and dig in and really want to compete as hard as they're competing. And look at 19 goals against in 9 games. We've talked about the goals against being huge. This has obviously allowed them, to be in each and every game. And you've got to tip your hat to the goaltending. I mean, these guys are making timely saves, when there are breakdowns, and it allows the team to, stay in the game. And, as much as I have been hesitant to trust the forward, I have to give them full credit because right now they're complementing the way the defense are playing by being very disciplined and staying high and allowing the defense to pinch when the pinch situation is correct. And it also gives them the opportunity to stand up in the neutral zone that takes away a lot of the opposition's speed. And, they're hitting on all cylinders in all parts of their game. And it's really nice to see that they're buying in and they're really committed to want to make the difference on this last stretch because it's not going to get easy. As we know, as we look at the schedule, everybody's, dealing with tough grind, and they seem to be confident in the guy in the net, whoever that is, and really, really conscious of what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing with and without the puck, which is something different than we hadn't seen for the first 40 games, and it couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, you had to give the forwards a shot there, huh, you bastard?
Yeah, no, but I did compliment them because, I look at the D still have that ability to pinch down, but their forward is right there to cover them. There's discipline and responsibility there, and this is what you get when you're playing a team game, and the way that works when everybody's on the same page, everybody knows what they should be doing, and they execute to the max. Good things happen, and I look at the overall effort. I look at the battling that they're doing now, and they're really they're digging in, and the results speak for itself.
I know, Ricky, you like to say never trust the forward, but this team looks like they're all trusting each other. And as you mentioned earlier, Knuckles, both goalies give them confidence to win. Marty's able to roll 4 lines. Lasse Heineman's huge. I'm pretty sure they're going to call somebody up from Laval because it's obvious he doesn't trust Mike Pizzetta as a regular shift out there. We've seen that the times he's filled in. Maybe Joshua Waugh comes up. Maybe Owen Beck comes up. We'll find out soon. But, I asked Marty, I wrote a column this week about how they're sort of aging and maturing like a good young bottle of wine. And I said to Marty, where does the maturity come the most? And it's sort of what you mentioned earlier, Knuckles, says we don't make mistakes that help the other team now. They're making smart plays. And is this level of play sustainable, you think, Knuckles, even with the loss of Heineman?
Listen, I would like to see that. I just don't listen to go 7-2-1 every segment. It's kind of close to what you have to do to make the playoffs. It's going to be a tall task for them to make the playoffs. I hope they do. But, I think everybody is surprised and quite happy to see what's going on here. That we're seeing what we wanted to see at the beginning of the season, I think, or what people expected when they were talking about being in the mix. So to see them now there, to climb out of that hole they were in, good on them. Good on them. They deserve the credit. And again, Line A certainly helps. I know he missed 5 games there with the flu. Who misses 5 games with the flu? I don't know. Patrick Line maybe. But 5 games with the flu, who knows? But, he's incredible on the power play. Great shot. He seems like he loves it here. That's a shot in the arm for them. Cole Caulfield. Nick Suzuki's been dynamite all year, point-a-game guy. I just hope they keep it going. It's going to be tough to keep up that pace.
There's really nobody playing bad right now. I mean, Slavkovsky's been sort of hot and cold. He's sort of come along, sort of throw his weight around a little bit more. But, Rick, what makes you think they might be able to sustain this moving forward?
Well, they're getting production from every player that they weren't getting before, and everybody's contributing and doing their thing. We were like going, oh, we need more from this guy. We need more from that guy, and all of a sudden now they're starting to show some positivity in their play, and this is what you need. And I feel a real sense of confidence as a group where they see that they can be in every game and they can beat anybody. And that's a feeling that is pretty special. We were fortunate with our group that we had in the 80s. We knew what we were going to get from each guy, and we knew we would be in every game and find a way to win. And that's a situation that I see is a huge turnaround with them as a group, that they go in now knowing that good things are going to happen if they continue to play the right way. And they've got it figured out. And watch out, because I know it's a grind the last half, but they're playing the right way. They're getting results from each guy that they weren't getting before, and it's great to see. And there's no stopping once you start building this role. It just can keep going. It's going to be a challenge, but like I said, they're playing a lot of guys that are playing the right way and getting some really good results.
I think even Kent Hughes is pleasantly surprised. I mean, this is only year 3 of a rebuild. It's quite remarkable. And they were showing him on TV in Utah, and he sort of had a little grin on his face. Like, I don't think even he or Jeff Gorton expected this much of a turnaround so quickly. The way it's happening, it's been quite remarkable to watch. I mean, they're 9-2-1 record since the Carrier trade. This team really seems, Knuckles, they seem to like each other. Like, they seem to be really close on and off the ice. That post-Christmas road trip, which is usually where playoff hopes go to die. I think a bunch of young guys, they don't have kids, right? They're all together on the road. They went to some pretty cool cities too. Just how important is that to have that camaraderie in the locker room, Knuckles?
It's huge, but here's the deal. Winning takes care of all that. When you start winning hockey games, you are together. You come to the rink, it's fun. You can joke around. Can you imagine after the Pittsburgh game when they come in the locker room the next day? How it must have been like this. Hanging your head. It sucks. It's no fun. So when you start winning hockey games, of course, you're winning because you're playing together. But when you're a winning boy, everything is so much easier. You even like the coach. it's great. You love your wife. Everything's great. Woo! But again, a bunch of young kids. You go on the road like that. Those are great experiences to be able to bond with your teammates on the road. I remember we used to go on the road, and Rick used to be the ringleader. He'd take everybody out and party.
Yeah, but I knew when to come home. 11 o'clock. Be home at 11, and then go out afterwards.
The thing I like, the game in Utah, when they took those 4 penalties in the first period, shooting themselves in the foot, and after one of them, you saw David Savard go to the bench, and he was pissed off. He was giving it to his teammates, and I think that just highlights the importance of having these veteran guys around with these rookies. I would think, hey Rick, that was like, he was really mad, and he laid into his teammates, and that you don't see that from David Savard a lot.
Yeah, I think he was directing to the group that, okay, enough is enough. We're not going to have any success by playing this way. And the message got across because, they were able to get themselves straightened out to the point where, they didn't take so many dumb penalties, which doesn't allow you a chance to win when you start to do things like that. But, I noticed... what impressed me a lot too, I talked about the work ethic and the desire to make the difference each shift. And when I see these guys now, they're going in on offense and the puck gets turned over. Those guys are turned around and coming back on the back check like I've never seen them before, because they end up getting back in their defensive zone, and they're doing a great job on their back check, and it's allowing them to be much more solid in their defensive play. So, hats off to those guys who are really committed and really working hard to make the difference. They don't want to go back to that losing way. Everybody was miserable. Everybody didn't enjoy, obviously, what they were doing. And now they're getting a little bit of a spirit of win and excitement, and, everybody's on board.
So before we wrap up here, Knuckles, is this going to be a playoff team at the end of the season?
I don't think so. I want them to make the playoffs. I hope they make the playoffs. I just think it's a really tall task for them right now. And if they do good, I'll eat my words. I don't care. I hope they do. But I just think it's going to be very difficult. The number of games they have to win, the pace they have to win at to get their foot in the door. And like I said, I hope they do.
Rick?
Yeah, they have a chance. I mean,
No, we want an answer. They have a chance? Yes or no?
They're going to be right there. They're going to be right there.
Come on, you're on the fence. Get off the fence. You're backing up.
I'm going to say they're going to sneak in. I'm going to say they're going to sneak in.
No, they're sneaking in. They're sneaking.
Yeah.
No, if they make it, they make it. They don't sneak.
Okay, well, they got a lot of teams ahead of them that are playing well, unfortunately, right now. Detroit on a roll. You got Ottawa's playing a little bit better. Look at Columbus. They're 5 in a row. They got a lot of work ahead of them, but you got to look at what the Canadiens are doing and, line them up against those teams. They've shown that they can play against the best teams in the league. Now let's see how far it will go. And they're up to the challenge, and they might just sneak in.
Well, after Kent Hughes' midseason news conference, I didn't think they would get in. I thought they'd be close. Now, the way they've played since then, I think they will get in. And injuries, obviously, they've been lucky with no injuries. Heineman's out, a big loss. But if they stay healthy, I can see this team getting in. Anyway, that's it for this week's Hockey Inside Out show. We'll be back with a new show next week. In the meantime, please make sure you like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And of course, you can go to HockeyInsideOut.com every day, where you will get all the latest Canadiens news. Also, please leave your comments on the show on the comment section below. We always like to know what you think about the show. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.